In this video, we're going to show you how to illustrate your demographic variables in your dissertation or thesis. They're going to want to see that usually in your methodology chapter, but different strokes for different folks. But we're going to do the nominal variables first, also called categorical or grouping or partition, whatever you want, where it puts them in different groups. How you tell is you look at the values column, and you click on it, and if it's got a bunch of groups there, that makes it a grouping variable, categorical. SPSS likes the word nominal. Personally, I do not. It sounds too close like to number, but. And then part two is we're going to do the continuous variables, right? The ratio variables or the scale variables, and see what we can do with those. Okay, first things first. Go to Analyze, Descriptives, Frequencies. We're going to stick in all the balloons. Those are the nominal variables, categorical variables. We're going to go to Charts. We're going to pick on the bar charts. And you'll notice it's automatically going to give you a frequency table. Some teachers prefer frequency tables, others bar charts. But we got them both covered. Whatever they want to do is fine there. And this little button here, Create APA Style Tables. Big help. But there's another video that shows you how to change all of your output into APA style, but that's another video. So okay, let's just go to town. Bam. And so there is the number going across. We don't use that one, but these are the frequency table, right? Gives you the exact numbers and the percents. Some teachers don't want to see valid percent or cumulative percent. Those are pretty easy to take care of. You can just go in here and just delete them, right? You highlight them, you double click on it, bring up the editor, double click, highlight it, be careful, and then just delete it, bam. And then you could just use the two, right? So you can make changes inside SPSS. It's very helpful. So here's all the frequency tables for each of the categorical variables, how many in each group, what are the percentages, etc., etc. And then we get down to the bar graphs. So in a blink of an eye, you could tell that most people that took this survey were female, had a bachelor's degree, European American, employed full-time, live in the Northeast region, they're married, and their moms. Okay, that's that part. Okay, let's switch over to the other part. So these are called continuous variables. Let's take a look at them, right? There's just regular numbers, right? So you would not do a bar graph there. It comes out kind of weird. Some people do by accident. But what I would do is go to graphs. First, I would make a histogram of each one, right? With this one, we're going to do them one at a time. Age. And we're just going to do a histogram. That's a histogram, right? Makes more sense. Your x-axis is in range values instead of individual groups levels. So that is a histogram. You can do that for all of those, but more importantly, more than likely they're going to want you to put them in a table that kind of looks like this. Here we go. So this is the other ones where they just basically want the mean and standard deviation. Okay, you're going to have to find them and then type them in manually. SPSS, as far as I know, does not put them in any kind of format like this. So, but let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to this Microsoft Word document somewhere in the page. So just change the names of your variables for these variables and the means and standard deviations accordingly. But let me show you how to get the means and standard deviations from your data set. Hold on a second. So from this page, we're going to go ahead and get we're going to get all the means and standard deviations. You can get the range, whatever you want here. I'm going to show you here real quick. So you would go to Analyze. Again, I tend to stick to frequencies because it's easy, but you can get the same information, the means and the measures of central tendency from either frequencies, descriptives, or even Explore. Explore is the mother lode. It gives you all of that stuff whether you want it or not. But again, I'm just going to go to frequencies, and I'm going to kick you guys out and put in the scale variables, and then I just tell it what I want. I want the mean. Oh, we can do the median, what the heck. Don't need the mode, standard deviation's big. Some people want the range. Some of the teachers want minimum, maximum, and skew or kurtosis. But I'm not going to do those right now. I'm just going to do this just to show you what it looks like. Bam. And so again, here's the mean, median, mode for each one of these. And and round it to 2 place values. The rest of this stuff you don't really need to know. You don't need to know that. These are independent frequencies, and we don't really care about that. So you would take these values and put them in this table. All right, I hope this helps. MGZ out.